Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Sua Cravens, and we're joined now by one of our favorites, a man who became an instant fan favorite this time last year, Travis Dye. One great year at USC, Travis. Sadly, last time we saw you, it was kind of a sad moment in the Coliseum, but how you feeling health-wise since and all the rehab you've done to get yourself ready for the next level?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel really good. I've been just rehabbing and training and been at 100%. Pretty much done with rehab now. Just working now, though. But I feel really good, though.
Travis, quite an amazing year, man. You come in here to USC, obviously a great collegiate career at Oregon, and you kind of take the Trojans by storm, man. You're able to come in here and just set a mark in 1 year and become one of the fan favorites. How was this year for you? And talk about your overall just Trojan experience, because, man, you came in here and you really changed a lot of minds about, what kind of player you could be.
Yeah, it was a wonderful experience. I wouldn't take anything back. It was way better than I expected. The acceptance of the fans, the acceptance of the teammates, instantly when I got into that locker room, they accepted me as one of their own. And so it was a nice mesh when I first got there, and it just took off from there and, took us to places that I couldn't even imagine that we would go to. But it was a great experience, and I loved every bit of it. I love SC. I love what they've done for me and what they continue to do for my teammates out there.
And you're a humble guy, so I already know the answer I'm going to get, but I want to ask it anyways. Is there a specific team or system that you're trying to find your fit into at the next level? Do you think that, or it doesn't matter? It's a blessing.
It does not matter at all. Yep. At all. I just want to be on a team, with a group of guys with the same goal to win a championship.
Yep.
I would love the opportunity to play in the NFL for sure.
How was the draft training? I know I was up in Calabasas when I was doing my pre-draft workouts with Proactive. How was that whole process been given the injury?
It was good. I mean, it was a slow start at first, just trying to get into things, trying to get my ankle back to 100. But it was good, though. It was a good experience. It was a long experience, a tough one, but it was really good.
Yeah, we got to talk a little bit after Pro Day. Obviously had a pretty good day there. Got to talk to a lot of you guys. But during the season, obviously heartbreaking when you went down, I know, for all of us up here in the Trojan family. But we saw you take on a little bit of a coaching role after you had that injury. You got to be on the sideline, help out Austin Jones, Ray League Brown, share some of that knowledge. What was that like for you transitioning? I know you want to be out there with your guys, but transitioning to more of a coaching role and being on the sideline with your guys still.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything on the field anymore, so, I had to help my team out as much as I could. And that was, trying to mentor my guys, trying to keep them up, just trying to be the energy guy out there. I just I wanted to make sure that my team knew that, I was still out there, I was still fighting for them. I didn't want to, just be that guy that, got hurt and just disappeared. I wanted to make sure that, we started this thing together, we're going to finish this thing together. And it was unfortunate, but, I made sure that I was, there for my guys.
You're listening to Travis Dye on Trojans Live, and you are taking the next step here. In the next week, we'll have the NFL Draft, and however that goes, you'll get an opportunity at the next level. I'm curious if how much NFL you watch and how much tape you've watched now, and how you feel the position is different the way it's played at the college level as opposed to the NFL level, the position of tailback.
Yeah, it's much more in depth. It's much more inclusive. You're not just given a play and you have to know what your assignment is. You have to know what everybody's assignment is. You have to know what your lineman's doing. You have to know what your quarterback is gonna want to do. You have to know much more information. And bring that out to the field so you can play the game faster. And so it's gonna be a different level, a harder struggle, but I'm ready for it for sure.
Talk about your room you're leaving behind, a talented group. Obviously, Austin Jones, your running mate there. You guys had a really successful year, but a young guy in Raleek. Talk about that room and what you expect to see from them moving forward as a unit.
Yeah, those guys are, wonderful football players. They play their heart out. They're great teammates, and, I see nothing but, championships in the future for them. Nothing but awards for them. They're wonderful guys. It's a wonderful group, and I know Marshawn. I met him a few times, and he's a wonderful add to the group, and I can't wait to see what they do this year. It's going to be really exciting. For sure.
How was your time, I guess, here at USC compared to Oregon? I know you didn't start out here. but you finished with us, so you're a Trojan through and through. Coming back into Cali, whenever I come here, I get that feeling, even though I'm not playing. So what was going through your head as you're coming through the Cali today?
Yeah, like you said, right when I walked down that ramp, it was just like the feelings started rushing back. But my time here compared to Oregon, it's honestly. It was just a great experience overall. I can't compare one to the other. They both have their ups and downs, but both schools were really good to me, and they treated me right as a player, as a human being, and I have nothing but respect for both of them.
Yeah, well, you were a leader on both teams.
That's how you answer that question.
So
you try to set him up for an like a
you
pro
were a
right
leader.
there.
You were a leader at Oregon, and you became a leader at SC in a quick time, and that shows, or that speaks volumes about your character and the type of guy you are in the locker room. So that's just respect.
Yeah, absolutely. And sticking with the Oregon, best advice for these USC Trojans going to play at Eugene late in the season. I know the weather is going to be a little difficult. Best advice come from Southern California going to Eugene to play that game.
Yeah, just be ready.
After the score,
I know at practice we're going to have the speakers booming with the crowd noise.
It's loud in there.
It better be out. It better be loud every single day of that week with the speakers out on the field. But yeah, it's a tough place to play. I haven't played in a tougher place than Autzen, and I was for the team. I just was feeling bad for the other team.
It gets loud.
Yeah. You weren't feeling bad.
That is a tough place to play, yeah.
Face mask shaking, how loud.
Yeah, when you guys are going on the ball and that crowd is loud and we can't get a stop, it gets intimidating real quick, yeah.
Especially we have the Heisman winner. They're going to want to see us, fall. So it's going to get loud, so I hope they're ready for that.
How about that defense is taking it to the offense right now,
Ooh,
Travis? 39-20.
Yeah.
Travis died back
Speaking of Oregon, though, Jordan, I know you remember that game, to your point, with LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh.
2011.
I was on the sideline. I wasn't playing, but that was when Matt Barkley was a starter. Was my first kind of experience in an away atmosphere of that level. Absolutely insane. It was a night game. It was just
the John Baxter story that game?
No.
Where he's like, I don't care who they have. I don't care if DeAnthony's back there. We're kicking it to him. Touchdown, DeAnthony Thompson. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it's sort of one of the more underrated games of the last 10, 15 years. Unfortunately, USC and Oregon haven't seen each other enough in like Pac-12 championship games, and they've sort of missed each other in some of these schedules. So looking forward to it. It comes down to the second to last game of the season. That'll be just massive up in Eugene. But I wanted to say, Sean always, and he'll attest to this, people love around here the first guy through the door. And Sean always got credit for that as the sort of big recruit that came in 2001 and launched the Pete Carroll era. You guys will always be remembered as the guys that came in that first year of the Lincoln Riley era and started something which we all know was going to be great. Travis Dye was only 1 year, man, but people around here love you. You are welcome back anytime, and Trojan for life. So good luck in the draft. Good luck in the next level. We will be rooting for you. Back with more Trojans Live next.